Happy Monday. Who's getting their flex on? Let's get it. Tonight we're going to talk about the best training split. What do you guys think it is? I can't wait to talk about it. Happy Monday. I hope you guys are having a great day. Let me know how your day is going. Let's talk about the best training split. What do you guys think it is? Is there the best training split? So the best training split, my favorite at least, we're going to chat about it today. Talk about how I like to progress, build my workouts, what that means for you, especially, like what, taking into consideration, how many days a week should you be working out each body part? How many days a week should you be training arms? What rep range? If we're trying to train legs, how many days a week are we training legs or arms or triceps, forearms? There's all different things depending on what we can do. So let's talk about it. I know I get a lot of questions all the time, and especially right now. August is always a busy time, back to school. We're getting back in, especially for your kids. You're getting back in routine and rhythm. Things are changing up. Fall sports. You have more commitments out there. Okay. You have more commitments that you're doing. You have more commitments you need to show up. So your training split and training style for your goals might change up a little bit. And that's okay. Think about it as a season of life. You know what I mean? Like, you might not be able to get 5, 6, 7 days a week. Maybe we're 3 to 4 days a week. Maybe we're 3 days a week, and what should that split looks like as you change that and, doing what that could look like, especially, and you hear all the time, like these 5x5 or 1 rep max, or how much should I be lifting? And I think that something that you can kind of track and split. And the first thing, diving into it is, I think important to know is, like, how many days a week should I be training, Josh? Okay. How should I break up my days? Okay. And I would say, like, minimum 3 days a week, like lifting weights. Okay. And so for you, that can kind of look like a push day, a pull day, and a lower body day. That could be a upper body day, a lower body day, a full body day. Okay. And doing exercises there, getting your steps in between. Maybe you get 4 days a week where you do 2 lower, 2 upper, 30, 45 minutes, things like that. But what is the best training split, like getting into it? And I'm a big fan of German volume training. My clients either love me for it or they hate me for it, because we about to do some volume in the program and step it up a level to make sure that we are training correctly to get maximizing the volume and effort, and also kind of learning more about yourself, especially if you're doing 12 to 15 reps. You always hear like 8 to 10 reps, 10 to 12. I really like to be in that like 3 to 4 sets of 12 to 15 reps, especially working on progressive overloads, focusing on more compound movements, depending on training splits, not, training what we're doing, but also what is the best bang for your buck? Because a lot of times I say in your job, as you watching this, okay, in your line of work, you are a specialist at what you do, and the best way to get the best results for what you do for whatever area of business or what you specialize, whether that's copywriting, whether that's making sure people get documents, what it is, that. So think about when you're building a workout program, what I think about is what is going to give us, there's a ton of different exercise out there. There's a ton of different ways to squats, deadlift, jump squats. Woohoo! We're doing fucking backflips, somersaults. Yeah, that's not for everyone. But when my clients come in, I really take into consideration like the bang for buck. What is going to be the best exercise that is going to activate and give us the most activation and bang for our buck in sets and reps for the time allotted? Because not everyone has 2 to 3 hours to do a front squat, a back squat, a leg press, all these exercises. So taking into consideration the best training split, picking something that you can do that works with your body. You may not be able to back squat anymore super heavy, okay? But we can dumbbell sumo squat. We can work on more plate squats and goblet squats. So maybe you're not back squatting again, but you're doing other types of squats. You're doing other type of deadlift, other type of lunges, other type of activation and core. So there's really not a wrong or a right. Like, yeah, there's a right way, but there's not a wrong way to exercise if you're showing up and doing the exercises that you allot in training. Yes, we can maybe perfect it a little bit, but if you're doing your squats, your deadlifts, your overall push-ups, pull-ups, like activating core muscle groups, pushing shoulder press, you can activate those and training in that like 12 to 15 rep range. You should be able to do 5 to 10 different exercises in 45 minutes while also allowing yourself a little bit like rest time. So you're not just shooting, you're like going through the motions and don't have time to really set yourself up for success and really push your set in those sets and reps too. It doesn't have to be these long workouts. We don't have to do 30 different exercises, okay? We can do 6 to 8 exercises, focus on progressive overloads, focus on 3 sets, 12 to 15 reps. As we go through and get stronger, yes, we can move that around maybe on like your squats or your deadlifts, or like if you're doing some more. The only time I'm doing 5x5s, I never do 1 rep maxes. It doesn't make sense to anymore. I'm not competing in strongman. I'm not competing in anything that I need to lift heavy. So I would just rather work on more volume again and being able to lift more units of volume than worry about benching 315 once or 405. Like, I have no desire to do that. Plus, dude, the risk to reward to injury is just, it's not there. Like, guys, like deadlift is one of the most, especially like barbell deadlifts, is one of the most like injury prone exercise. And, unless you're like deadlifting for a competition a lot of times and like heavy deadlifting, like you shouldn't be trying to do 1 rep maxes or like heavy sets, because the risk to reward isn't worth it. You just, the injury that can happen from there, tweak your back, you're not walking. As someone who's tweaked their back, lower back injuries, things like that, like take into consideration like the exercises you're doing, so you also can have like the value, because it's also, yeah, training's cool, but what's even cooler? Being able to walk upstairs or walk without your back hurting, or sleeping without being in just pain, because you decide to do some crazy exercise. So keep it simple, stupid when it comes to designing a program. Look for exercises and machines that are going to give you value and help you. Make sure it goes with your template. And as you're starting out, you only may be getting 3 to 4, maybe 5 exercises, and that's okay in your workout. But you're starting, and as you develop more and as you are training different styles and you develop your training and you have more muscle mass, you have more muscle maturity, we really focus on your muscle bellies and growing, you're going to be seeing more progress. You're going to be keeping that weight and not doing the ups and down as much of the losing and gaining weight, because you're more consistent with it and you've taken the time to lift and work on more volume. Okay? Like, it's cool being able to lift in more volume and lift and make it fun that way. It doesn't have to be again around 1 rep maxes. I could care less how much I 1 rep max. Like, I'm doing sets of 5x5. So like for me, the only time I do really 5x5 is when I'm doing chest press, and that's on dumbbells. I never barbell heavy anymore. Always dumbbells, and I'm doing like 120s or 125s for like 5 sets of 5 and focused on that volume there and focused on more heavy sets. Again, you could focus on with like some sumo squats, maybe some other things like that. But again, we're going 5x5, not 1 rep max. So stop this 1 rep max unless you're competing, you're in a sport or an athlete. There's no reason why you're trying to rep out your max. You can know just as much if you're doing 2 to 3, even a 3x3, okay? But there should be no reason, like 5x5 should be the lowest you're going, usually 12 to 15 reps in that rep range. And if you want to get squirrely, start doing sets of 20. That'll really humble you. Sets of reps of 20 to 25, that'll really take you to the next it is, because shifted, it's, you know, and you're lifting more volume again because you're able to be more consistent with it. And I don't go through huge periods where my strength goes up, and plus down, and then up, 15 plus, 15 to 20 reps. And I challenge you, like, outside your comfort zone. Like, it'll really, really push you to see what you're made of when you're doing 20 reps of some of these exercises and feeling the burn. And you said, oh, Josh, it's too light. Yeah, you're going to learn today. It'll be a surprise for you of waiting, and this will truly see where you're at, So if you aren't, let's up the rep range to that 15 plus. If you're just starting off, let's shoot for 12 to 15. And like Amy says, it's fun. It's more exciting to see how many reps I can squeeze out without dying. But I like to, sneak little extra snippets in there just to keep it exciting. Yes, Brenda, 15 plus is where it's at for sure. So I'm excited for you guys to step it up, adjust in your workouts. And, if you ever have questions or you're wondering like what the best sets, ask me questions, shoot me DM. Hey, Josh, this is what I was thinking. Cool. I can give you feedback and help you along with it. I love being able to give you feedback and taking the initiative and help you along with your progress and dialing it in. So let's dial in your training. Let's build out what works for you at the end of the day. 3, 4, 5 days a week. It doesn't matter what other people are doing. It matters what works with your schedule and what you can be consistent with. And that's the biggest thing. So be consistent and do what works for you. And let's start strength training 3 to 4 days a week and see where we go from there and make adjustments. And again, we fit it with your schedule, make adjustments, the easy play. We're able to control it, and we can make adjustments as needed. So let's get after it. Have a great week. Enjoy some new training splits, those 15 plus reps. I can't wait to hear how much you guys love those 20 reps. Let's get after it and see what we can do. Okay. Talk to you guys all soon. Have a great evening. Drop your takeaways in the chat below. You guys know the drill. See you soon.